Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Kaleen O'Connor, and I am joining you from the Gulf Coast of Florida here in the United States on Monday evening. I know it's Tuesday for some of you. Just some housekeeping rules as we start this phenomenal webinar. If you are joining us, do keep yourself muted, please, so that all the sound can be focused on the speaker. We've got a couple of phenomenal live speakers tonight, so I'm going to kick us off, introduce our speakers as your host throughout the webinar. And then the intention is for us to also be able to connect and interact with you at the end and answer any questions. And so if you find as you're going through the presentation that you have questions, you can either write them down and we'll invite you to unmute yourself at the end, or you can put them in the chat box and we will definitely respond to them once we're done with the presentation. So you get the best of both worlds. So this is an opportunity to dive into the world of cellular health and to really learn more about how your body heals and repairs itself and how you can maximize that and all the opportunities that come with it. And to learn more about that, we have with us a world authority on this health breakthrough. Stevie Aquilina is joining us from Australia. Tonight, my time, tomorrow, Australia time, morning time. And he's just a phenomenal educator on this. So you couldn't have anyone better. I learn from him all the time. And he's incredibly generous in giving with his business partners and customers that he works with, and does phenomenal things in his community and with his family. And so, Stevie, we're very honored to have you with us. And over to you.
Hey, thank you very much, Kaleen. I'm very honored to be with you all. And I truly appreciate you, Kaleen, always looking after everybody here, including me. And I just love working with people who have the heartbeat of this company, which is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. And I know that your cardiovascular system is in rhythm with that. So I really appreciate you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, very much. I'm mixing up my words this morning. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. I don't intend to waste it because what I'll be sharing with you is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. Now, medical doctors, medical experts are saying that this is a very big breakthrough, greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin. This is an exciting and entirely new frontier in science that for 2 decades, science had declared was impossible. Now, this is a breakthrough with enormous potential, proven by renowned universities and world authority laboratory medical studies. None of this is made up. It's a very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals or challenges you can think of, remarkable results, and drug companies wanted it shut down. I don't think they wanted you to know about it, but more about that a little later. So before I tell you what this is, let's get absolutely clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. So this is not a drug, vitamin, mineral, or antioxidant formula. It's also not secret herbs, spices, exotic berries, fancy juices, super shakes, essential oils, magic magnets, alkaline waters, electrolyte waters, laser lights, roots, magical 5,000-year-old trees, CBD oils, lotions, potions, gadgets, or any of all of that other stuff that's already out there. Instead, what we'll be talking about is an entirely new frontier in science that goes well beyond nutrition, well beyond any type of ingredients you already know about. This is a truly groundbreaking and category-creating healthcare breakthrough. All right, ASEA Redox cell signaling technology contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Well, redox signaling molecules are made by your cells, so they are native to your body. Redox signaling molecules are the cellular messengers that affect cell signaling, cell-to-cell communication, and gene expression in a positive way. Redox signaling is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that allows your body to regenerate tissue and maintain health by helping cells to detect and protect healthy cells. detect and repair unhealthy cells, and detect and replace damaged cells. So basically, redox signaling empowers your body to heal itself. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Redox signaling is what keeps cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. Why is this so important? Because we are all made of cells. We live and die at the cellular level. Healthy cells, healthy life. So they're the keys to life. Redox signaling molecules are essential for the function of our normal physiology. All biochemical and physiological processes in our body critically depend on redox signaling in and among our cells. And I mean critically. Underline that, because if all of our cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, we wouldn't live longer than a few more seconds. Without our redox signaling molecules, life ends. Now, when we're born, we make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy, can run around all day and not wake up sore the next, and how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness. However, as we age, along with stress, diet, toxins, and other environmental assaults, our cells break down, and our body's ability to make redox molecules declines daily. Without as many redox signaling molecules giving clear cell signals, instructions, our whole cellular protection and healing processes that we mentioned before becomes slow and sluggish. As such, our cells break down even more, and so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. ASEA takes science seriously, and so doesn't do any scientific studies all on their lonesome. Instead, ASEA is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of redox signaling supplementation, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the redox products, certifying the ASEA products as safe and effective in everybody. So ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. These genes are key in the health of every individual. They play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Additionally, ASEA redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. Head professors at this university study saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on what they called disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Now, this is very significant because all degenerative conditions, all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe. It's safer than water. 0% toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They are already in you. Your body already makes them. However, your body can't now make as much of them as it used to be able to when it was younger and or healthier. So if you have health challenges, or if you have loved ones that you care for who do, if you have a wish to look, live, and feel younger again, if you have the good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. But you know what? Don't take my word for it. Let's listen to some medical doctors right now and what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants, and the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we've spoken a bit about cellular health from the inside out, which can be a little bit hard to see, let's show you what's possible from the outside in, and that's a lot easier to see. And that's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology, Renew 28 Revitalizing Redox Gel, and Renew Advanced Intensive Redox Serum. Supported and enhanced by their complementary all-natural ingredients products, Renew Advanced Gentle Refining Cleanser, and Ultra Replenishing Moisturizer. But a picture speaks 1,000 words, so let's let some of these pictures do some of the talking. You're going to see more than anti-aging effects. You're going to see, in many regards, age-reversing effects. Lines and wrinkles being smoothed out, elasticity coming back to the skin, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin, being rejuvenated, being renewed, even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions being brought back to the proper surface of the skin. Now, all of these pictures are of the same person, Rosie. However, even though you may be able to see dramatic differences, I'm sure, Rosie did not, because Rosie didn't take any of these pictures. So she missed the day by day, moment by moment changes that were happening. It was Rosie's doctor who took these photos. And so when Rosie reported back to her doctor to say, look, I don't think these products are doing anything, what do you think the photos showed her and made her feel? And what do you think she said after that? So moral number one of this story is take photos when you get back to your family member or friend, because you naturally want to get started and see how this goes. Take photos. That's how you see how it goes. Second moral of the story is some people notice results very quickly, like Rosie in 7 weeks, but many people notice results in 7 days. In fact, I see many people notice results in 7 minutes. However, other people, they need to apply more product, more time, and more patience. Now, what we know scientifically, what the facts are, is that redox signaling molecules are redox signaling molecules. They're the same in you as they are in me, as they are in our pets, as they are in the plants outside. Every living being on this planet is made up of cells. And as long as it's made up of more than 2 cells, it has redox signaling molecules too. And what is in our bottle of redox is the exact, precise same redox signaling molecule that is inside of your body. It has been shown through scientific studies. It works immediately. It works instantaneously. It would be scientifically impossible for it to not work in you. It works in every single person, every single time. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. So be patient. Use it for enough time. 3 to 6 months. Now, this is Dr. Martin Moran. He decided to do a scientific experiment on his very own face and use Renew 28 on just half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference now that I've pointed that out to you? Can you see on one side any difference as opposed to the other? Now, if you said that the left was different to the right, yeah, have a look right now that maybe I've made it more obvious. Look, this doctor was very brave and very giving in this study that he did on his own face, because he literally walked around like this weirdo for 28 days just to show us how effective Renew 28 is on one side as opposed to the other. Now, it's not just for your face, arms, hands, bellies, and bums. Now, these are pictures from a study performed by a very renowned and world-leading laboratory. This scientific organization did this study because there were many reports coming in from all over the world that people were seeing their cellulite disappear. And they were attributing it to the time that they had been using Renew 28. And so this scientific organization set upon double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials to see if there was any medical truth to these stories. And what they found was that after 12 weeks, there was in fact a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And when the scientists in that study did ultrasounds to try and discover why this was happening, they saw that the fat, the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite, was actually being dissolved post the use of Renew 28. And so Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles, also enhancing skin texture and smoothness, skin surface renewal, and for visibly younger looking skin, but healthier skin in truth. But also Renew 28 helps soothe skin discomfort after things such as perhaps shaving or sun exposure. But it's not just for the skin. It helps soothe discomfort around the body. Now, you can know if ASEA works in about 10 minutes. If you have some discomfort, for example, discomfort in your neck, shoulder, elbows, hands, fingers, back, hips, knees, ankles, anywhere around your body, rate that discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being maximum, most discomfort. Apply the Renew 28 on that point of discomfort 3 times in 5 minutes. And usually 9 to 10 out of 10 people will notice a soothing or reduction in discomfort within approximately 5 to 15 minutes. With every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. So there's a very big opportunity behind all of this to make a living while bettering people's lives. Now, Redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these 3 professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of redox signaling molecules, there have now since been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, National Library of Medicine, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see well over 33,000 results. Now, this slide may already be out of date. It's a very difficult slide for me to keep up with because there are more than 150 studies coming out almost every single month. There are over 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published and released on redox signaling molecules. According to medical researchers, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. I'll give you some examples. There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and world redox congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and a title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. And ASEA is already light years ahead for two simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, medical atomic physicist, has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. In fact, for the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that it was impossible. And two, ASEA is heavily patented, but not only is it not allowed to be copied, it can't be. There's no way to look into a bottle and reverse engineer ASEA because there are trade secrets in making ASEA. It can't be copied. That means we have no copycats. That means we will have no copycats. And that means no competition. No one in the world has what ASEA has. No one. And no other product in the world does what ASEA does. None of them. Don't let any of the tricky, clever marketing out there fool you. No other product in the world has redox signaling molecules. Therefore, no other product can do what ASEA Redox does. Redox works on everybody. Nothing in the body works as well or at all without redox, in fact. Redox can't hurt anybody. Everybody needs redox. So ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors: healthcare, wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries. And again, ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a redox supplement from. ASEA is an entrepreneur's dream. Now, our mission is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We want to help, clearly, a lot of people. We can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. And ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money just by sharing redox around with others. So you receive an ongoing income, residual income, not only from the first purchase, but also from every single lifelong ongoing purchases made by everyone you refer to ASEA. And you can refer as many people as you like. But on top, you also receive a residual income, an ongoing income from the lifelong ongoing purchases made by every single person they and others also refer. Just like when you recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, or whatever. People tell people who naturally tell other people who then tell even more people. Word of mouth marketing is not just the most ancient, but still today, #1 most powerful and effective form of marketing in the world above all the rest. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is in today's age. Word spreads worldwide, and ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening up new markets almost every single year. Based on the existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. So, for people who are looking for an extra, part-time, full-time, big time, heck, I just want more time, or maybe a legacy leaving income for generations of loved ones, there are levels of commissions to meet whatever levels of ambitions. Cast your eyes on the screen there. For people who are switched on, smart, business-minded, for people who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, who are able to recognize a good thing when it's coming their way, here it is. Here it is. This is a very significant opportunity to be paid a very significant ongoing residual income from the growth of this global expansion. There's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's what you get to do with ASEA. Who we become and what we do really is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. Now, you can make great money here, that's for sure. And you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world. Have really great time, meeting great people, making great friends like Kaleen. I think I met Kaleen for the first time on a trip. And you can have a really great lifestyle. But really, at the end of the day, it's the effect we have on others that is the most valuable currency there is. So why aren't you hearing about this from your doctor? That was one of my first big questions, maybe yours too. But you know what? Maybe you are hearing about it from your doctor by now, because there are now hundreds of doctors all over the world now recommending Redox to their patients and seeing unprecedented results. But the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving ASEA, those big drug companies offered to pay huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, they wanted ASEA to shut down and they wanted to take everyone off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Vertus Norden and his son Tyler Norden, had the great foresight to see grave concerns and consequences in such a deal. Because Vertus and Tyler saw people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless to now experiencing life-changing power from Redox. And so they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to keep allowing these people to access this breakthrough and also allow this breakthrough for humanity to get out to the world. And so what they did is they said no to Big Pharma, no to the payout, and yes to the people. You see, what had started as just a big business play, and it was a very big business play, had now become more. The ASEA founders turned down that huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to everyone without a prescription. One of ASEA's principles, as demonstrated in this very important decision that they made, is to always put people and principles above ego and economics. Now, the ASEA founders and their corporate team come from Fortune 50 backgrounds. They are exceptionally experienced in running very big, profitable, famous, household name companies. But their corporate soul is about, at the end of the day, it's people that matter most. And that's just a fraction of it. And so it's also what makes them unique and truly first class. You are in good hands. All right, so please get back with the person who shared this invitation with you. Don't worry about what the time is in their neck of the woods, your neck of the woods. They'll be glad to hear from you. Let them know what you've seen here. Let them know perhaps what stood out to you the most. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point you very easily to where you can find the answers, because there's plenty of university studies, but most importantly, hundreds of thousands of people's life-changing Redox experiences for you to see ASEA is the real deal. So, do you want to be happier and healthier? Do you want to live younger, longer? Do you want to help people be happier and healthier? Do you want a better life, income, lifestyle? Do you want to increase the prosperity of the planet? Do you want to make a difference in the world? Start by doing it with one person, and that one person is you. Become part of this Redox reality, and you can become more. And it's really what you become that determines what you can overcome, that ultimately determines your income in life. And income comes in many ways. If you'll pass this information on for many, many others, you can benefit the lives of many, many others, and your life will become better in many, many ways. As said by a very famous business teacher, help enough other people get what they want and you can have everything you want. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well. Nothing that I've said here has been intended to diagnose any situation that you're going through. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. Once again, thank you very much. And Kaleen, thank you so much for having me here and looking after us all.
Thank you, Stevie. That was excellent, phenomenal as always. Our next speaker is another world authority on this health breakthrough. Like many of us that share ASEA with others from a very deep personal experience that he went through, as well as now building a global business from around the world. So Dan Doyle, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Kaleen. Can you hear us okay?
Yes, loud and clear.
Awesome.
You're great.
Very good. Let me just say a quick hello, and then I'll take myself off video for no distractions. And aloha. As you can see, I'm back in Hawaii. How you doing? Hey, Kingy. Thanks for coming on, everybody. Really appreciate everybody being here. Just had a crazy 2 weeks in Los Angeles, so it's great to be back in the peace and quiet here of Hawaii. Okay, so thank you, Stevie. Great presentation as usual, and thank you for hosting, Kaleen. Doing an awesome job. I'm going to get through this to leave more time for Q&A, and then we've got an incredible training call after this, talking about the Eric Worre GoPro event with a lot of leaders from ASEA coming onto that call straight after this one on the same Zoom ID. So for those who are new on the call, please relax. We're not here to sell anything. We don't sell, we tell. We tell our stories. We share our stories. We share the vision of ASEA, and we help people. And everything else just happens. So just relax. As I said, not here to sell you anything or convince you of anything. Here to simply share information. Whatever you want to do with that information is totally up to you. I would say that the person who invited you onto this call has just handed you a gift. Whether you open that gift or not is totally up to you, but you'll have the information and the knowledge to make a decision to do so. Before I go into my story, I always like to, and Stevie did go through the company disclaimer that these products are unintended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. But as Stevie said, throughout his presentation, we have something pretty incredible, a technology, these products that can signal the body to heal itself in these amazing little molecules. So let me take you back to Sydney, Australia, where I grew up, playing many sports to distract myself from school, which I disliked. And this was one of the sports I was involved with, which was in my 20s, the beginning of being a young entrepreneur. I was in the health and fitness industry back then. I had my own gym. And fast forward from 24 to 44, still looking after myself and building and selling 20 traditional businesses over 20 years and employing about 3,500 people. I always kept fit and healthy, did the best I could by my body. And, you know, I wanted to be the best version of a 50-year-old that I could be. I wanted to be as physically fit as possible, and I still do that to this day. And thank goodness I was in this condition, because if I wasn't, I wouldn't have found an issue with my abdomen that didn't feel right. And 6 months later, in 2011, got some very bad news where the doctors told me I had 2 major health challenges. And I started 2.5 years of hospital visits in Sydney, Australia. What they put me through in that hospital, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. You can see I've got no hair from the top of my head to my toes. I always wanted to know what I look like bald, but I didn't expect it to come from having a health challenge and going through what they put me through. But it was an experience. I said one I wouldn't wish anybody to go through. This was the beginning. And as time went on, I didn't want to go on, to be honest with you, because what I was going through was living hell. And this poor young guy next to me, he'd already been through all those hospital visits. He played the highest levels of rugby in Australia, Johnny Manor. And Johnny was in remission in this photo at the age of 21 years old. But unfortunately, after this photo was taken, his issue came back, went back into hospital, and started going through all those nasty things that they put you through. And we lost him at the age of 23 years old. At the end of my 2.5 years of hospital visits, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. I wasn't too happy with that. I made a decision at that point to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands, which was a big lesson and a hard lesson, and recommend that everybody takes the responsibility of their health into their own hands and not let the doctors look after it for them. And I went and did some research. Now, coming from only believing in traditional medicine and doctors and what they could do for you and for us, I totally moved to naturopaths and alternative functional medicine, something that I didn't believe in. And I found an alkaline diet and changed my diet and spent a lot of money on nutritional products, super juices, antioxidants, alkaline water from a lot of network marketing companies around the world like Zango and LifeVantage and Isogenics, Max Products, Kangen Water. And you would think that everything that I was doing with my health, with my diet and taking all those supplements, my body would have been heading in the right direction, but I can tell you that wasn't the case. This is a picture of me, 2014, and 2 years on doing all that, my blood works were still heading in the wrong direction. And you can see by the way I'm looking, which wasn't really great, I was still in a lot of trouble with my health. This is the time that a friend of mine reached out to me, Bart Cotter, said, I think I've found something that can help you. And long story short, flew to Salt Lake City, met him in the headquarters of a company called ASEA, as you've heard of, cellular health company with this ASEA Redox cell signaling supplement. We started on the product in 3 hours. My body was expelling things so quick, they were coming out of my skin, little red spots all over my upper torso. In 12 hours, a 20-year stomach issue had subsided and seemed to have gone away. There was a caffeine intolerance. Any more than 2 coffees, I would be buckled over with discomfort and in a lot of trouble all day. And on the third day, all the lung damage that I had from what they put me through in that hospital where I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time, my lungs were functioning perfect. So I had 3 wins in short 3 days. I went back to Australia, I kept drinking the product. The unfortunate thing was at that time, I could only afford what we call the maintenance amount, 1 bottle a week for somebody who is 100% healthy, knowing that I needed a lot more product for what I was going through to replenish and saturate my body with these molecules. I persisted with that. I fortunately started sharing ASEA with some others. And it was really the business that saved my life. And I used to think differently about that, but if it wasn't for me sharing this and helping other people, I wouldn't have received those thank you checks, which I invested back into my own health. So fast forward from end of 2014 to 2015, and to 2015, just over 12 months later, this is a picture of me on the day where the doctors said to me, no sign of those 2 major health challenges. Not only that, major injuries from playing sports had gone away, 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose, and a whole list of issues that I had. My whole body was rebuilt top to bottom. Fast forward another 2 years, have a look at the anti-aging side. Looking better, I was feeling a lot better. So if I go back to 2014, this is a reflection of what was going on in the inside. And that's the same as everybody. You know, I can walk into an ASEA meeting, which we used to enjoy and love, not doing too much of those anymore. We knew when we were looking out of that crowd, who was on the product and who wasn't on the product. People had a glow about them. Their skin was totally different. So that was a reflection of how they were going on the inside as well. 1 year on the product, still totally clear of every issue that I had. Skin, not too bad, feeling great, but this is a reflection of what was going on in the inside at that time. And 3 years on the product, this is a reflection of what was going on the inside at that time. So incredible journey back to health, looking younger, feeling younger, and everything this has done for us physically and help my immediate family and whatnot. Seen thousands and thousands of people over 6 years now, 6-year anniversary with ASEA in the past week. Having an absolute blast with it. Nothing changes from the excitement that I had 6 years ago to the excitement today. Waking up every morning, helping people, being a totally different day. Incredible journey from losing everything financially to traveling the world and buying properties and just a totally different life and lifestyle, something that I could never have imagined or totally, or dreamed up. So guys, anyone on this call who's new, check out the product for yourself. You've got to experience the product. You need to be a product of the product. You need to believe in the product, obviously. But there's an amazing opportunity, which I would consider the most compelling that we would see in our lifetime. We've got the perfect storm now where things aren't stable around the world. So you've got an opportunity to help a lot of people with what we have, but also to build a business in the comfort of your own home. Kaleen, back over to you, and we'll wrap up and do a Q&A. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you, Danny, and thank you for being willing to talk to me as total strangers a few years ago and make such a difference in my life, seriously. Okay, guys, so I'm going to do a quick share screen and just, show you how you can take advantage of getting started on the product. Obviously, as we've all said, get back with the person that shared this with you. But in the meantime, too, this will give you a little point of orientation. So I'm just going to quickly go through this. Have your questions ready because we're going to jump into that in just a moment. Okay. Here we go. So, always at the end of this presentation, it's good to just take a moment and ask yourself, where do you see yourself? If you see yourself purely as a consumer, I'll show you in a moment. We have great consumer accounts that you can open up and you just get the product shipped to you from wherever we offer it in the world, which is 35 countries, which is phenomenal. And you can see here we have an entire product line of the blue bottle, drinkable form of the molecules, the topical gel that you saw Stevie's amazing before and after pictures, Renew 28, a phenomenal skincare line, as well as incredible whole food nutrition. So take time to learn about the whole product line and how it can benefit you. You also may decide in regards to your own relationship now with the ASEA story and the ASEA opportunity that you'd like to build a business part-time, if nothing else more to just get your product paid for you and your family. Or some people would love additional income, for example, an extra 1,000 US dollars a month, right? Or again, you might have the goal to replace your full-time income, build your business, and even take it into a legacy where you're creating residual income that you can gift to your grandchildren and things like that. So whatever your goal is personally as a consumer or, in building a business, we can help you with that, okay? This again just shows, I mentioned you can pay full price for the product or you can get it wholesale. When you choose wholesale, you save 25% off the full price of any of the products, which is great. You also can earn what we call loyalty rewards, which allows you to earn free product points that then you can go shopping in your own ordering website to get free products, which just brings your cost down even more. And you can just choose a pure wholesale customer account. We call it preferred customer, or you can pay $40, the equivalent of US dollars. It would be in your currency if you're ordering in another country, but this, the equivalent of that. And that's a one-time fee. And then once a year, you just pay the equivalent of 25 US dollars once a year to keep all the benefits of that account, which allow you to share it with others. Also allows you to get incredible a first-time order where you can buy in bulk and save additional income. This is just a quick education point in terms of the world that we live in of buying and shopping online. So sometimes you might see our products on third-party websites like Amazon or eBay. Those are not direct distribution lines for our product. And the reason for that is that our company really wants to make sure that you have a care factor when you order the product, that you have an education consultant directly as your distributor that helps you work out a product plan that supports you. When you order it from a third-party website, what we often find, unfortunately, is the product may be expired. You don't know necessarily what you're getting and the quality of it because it's coming through another via. You don't get our money-back guarantee that our company offers or the opportunity of the loyalty rewards I just mentioned, for example, and also all the educational support we can provide you. So definitely make sure that you get back to the person that shared it with you, because in the long run, you'll save a lot more money and you'll be guaranteed to have a phenomenal consumer experience. This is just an example on that first-time order. If you choose the associate account, you can order, for example, what we call a business product suite pack. This is, a pack that you would find in the United States, very similar to what you're going to find in other countries. And you can see there's lots of benefits. There's free product that you're gifted. Again, those loyalty rewards, so you can actually go shopping for free product. And this just gives you an example, of the savings that you can get. If you decide you want to share this with others too, going back to Stevie's image in his presentation, we have a phenomenal game in the first 2 weeks that you open your account, where if you share it with 2 people who also open up an account and decide to get on the product, you can actually earn bonuses right away, and special bonuses. In this example of if they were to buy a pack similar to the one that I just showed you, this person, by sharing it with 2 people who order a similar amount of product, could literally earn, for example, the equivalent of $320 US within your first 2 weeks, which is a great return on your own investment of the product that you've paid for. And again, you can go further if you share it with 4 people. Again, these are just examples of incredible bonuses that the company offers. You can earn more free product, you can earn more of the loyalty rewards, and obviously cash bonuses and commissions. And this is just an example, right? Again, if you did choose the associate account as your wholesale account, this is a visual of how you can custom build different combinations of the product on your first order. And you can order in bulk because the product is shelf stable when it's unopened for almost 2 years. And so it's not going to go bad on you. And again, now you've stocked up to really get a good product experience. This is, sorry, that last image was just showing you a promotion that we're having. I jumped to the next slide. But basically, you can ask your person that invited you about a promotion going on through the end of this month called Stronger Together, where you have the opportunity to earn more free product as you continue to order each month. This final graph here is really important because it's really helping to give you the right expectation as a consumer, particularly when you're trying the ASEA Redox supplement drink, the blue bottles. You don't want to just try a bottle. And you know, that's not an uncommon thing when people don't know differently, that this works a bit differently as a supplement. You want to definitely commit to doing it for at least 3 months, if not 6 months, really. This graph shows you the highest bottle bar graph that you see to the right, shows the consumer reality when someone's done a standard 90-day trial of taking the right amount, taking it every day. You're going to have closer to a 90% result of the customer themselves perceiving a change. Whereas in that first week, you can see it's maybe 10 to 15%. We know it works right away, but when it's working on a genetic cellular level in the blood, you may not perceive it right away. Externally on the skin with the gel, absolutely. But internally, when the drink is going through every cell system in your body, it takes a bit of time. And so you want to give it the time to really have your own certainty on the product, okay? In closing, just this wonderful quote from Vertus Norton, where he says, "We are now all at the start of something big with great purpose, and right now is the moment that we begin influencing the future. We can change the world." This is the founder of our company. Both he and his son founded ASEA, and you can see this really does show the corporate soul of our company, that we are about the people that we're making a difference in. So whatever you do with this information tonight, get your questions answered immediately now on the webinar. Go back to the person that invited you. If you want to do more research, we can help you with that. But take this knowledge of this incredible health breakthrough and really look at how it can make a difference in your life. And the best way to know is absolutely to try the product yourself. Okay? So with that, I'm going to stop my screen share. And we've got about 7 minutes where we can answer some questions. So at this point, if you'd like to unmute yourself, you can do that and we can answer questions. Or if you're more comfortable, you can put your question in the chat box.